Remote work is dying, but it's not going to be dead forever. Here's when remote work is going to come back. My name is Joe Lodgy, and I've been in the recruitment space for coming up to a decade. You can go verify me on LinkedIn, where I've got about 200,000 followers. Guys, the reason that remote work stayed around so long was because it was a recruiting tool. You see, when a job is posted remotely, you open up the candidate pool to the whole of the US. As soon as you make those roles in the office or even hybrid, you then make the talent pool only local. So maybe within a 35 to 50 mile radius, because that's probably the most that someone would drive into an office. The moment that you make the job fully remote, the talent pool opens worldwide. So if you're able to hire somebody remotely, you get access to talent that you wouldn't be able to do if the job was in the office or remote. Now, right now, we're in an employer market where I don't think employers are really struggling to find top talent. There's been a lot of people who have been laid off. There's a lot of people who are on the market, and not a lot of companies are growing. So there's not a lot of competition. So right now, companies can afford to get people back to the office and go with those local talent pools. But as soon as we start transitioning into a candidate market where most companies are growing and we go back to having a talent shortage, that's when remote work comes back. It's not because they care about your flexibility. It's not because they care about your work-life balance. It's not because of any of that. It's literally because it's easier to recruit when it's fully remote. So let's say if you're in Chicago and you make it in office, it means you can only really hire people from Chicago. If you make it fully remote, you can hire people from anywhere. Then you're also able to get cheaper talent in other places because they don't have the cost of living. So in every way, it makes sense for companies to be able to hire quicker and fill those roles. So right now, it is really tough to search for a remote job, but that's because we're in the employer market. So as soon as the market changes, remote work will come back. I guarantee it. The other thing I've noticed is every single time I do this poll on LinkedIn where I ask people what their work preference is, like fully remote, hybrid, or in the office, fully remote always wins out by about 65% of the votes. So when candidates want to work fully remote and when employers are forced to do what candidates want to bring them on board, that's when remote work comes back.